Elden Ring released just over 2 weeks ago, and already speedrunners like myself, Distortion 2, Spicy TV, and many others are optimizing the speedrun and getting under 30-minute completion times. And just in the last day, a patch was released that completely nerfed the weapons that we're using in the speedrun. And I wanted to talk about the speedrun as a whole and how this patch is going to affect things going forward, and also why myself and most likely many other runners will not be running the current patch of Elden Ring. So with that being said, let's talk about the run briefly. Any percent wrong warp is a category that is all about getting to the credits as quickly as possible by any means necessary. There's a lot of movement and skips being optimized right now, some of which are saving runners over 35 minutes over the no wrong warp category. From what we've seen in this patch, movement and skips and other optimizations related to moving around the game quickly have not been touched, which is good news for runners that are still planning on running the current patch. That being said, if you look at the patch notes, although wrong warp has not been fixed in this patch, it is very obvious that the developers have noticed issues with warping in the game and are actively making changes to try to rectify that situation. Right now, it's focused more so on the end game, but it doesn't mean that wrong warp won't be patched out of the game in the future. The most important element to the speedrun outside of movement and finding skips in a Souls game, though, is combat and weapon choice and being able to dispatch bosses quickly. And in the latest patch, Ice Rind Hatchet and the Sword of Night and Flame have undergone massive nerfing, which is ultimately affecting our ability to do just that. So I'm going to show you this comparison here where you can actually see firsthand how much damage reduction has been applied to Ice Rind Hatchet, and you can sort of infer what that's going to look like for the Sword of Night and Flame as well. I also want to stress the fact that Royal Knight's Resolve no longer buffs Hoarfrost Stomp, so not only are you seeing massive damage fall off from Hoarfrost Stomp itself, that is further reduced by not being able to buff that ability anymore using Royal Knight's Resolve. So the first clip that I have here for you is using the older patch where we're able to buff using Royal Knight's Resolve on an Ice Rind Hatchet +9 against Margit. So as you can see, the boss almost instantly dies from Hoarfrost Stomp, using the +9, buffing it with Royal Knight's Resolve, and just getting in there and doing big damage. Now I'm going to show you this next clip on the latest patch where the opposite is true. So I've gone in and shown the Ice Rind Hatchet +9. This is the exact same save file on the latest patch. I still tried to buff with Royal Knight's Resolve, but as you can see, the damage fall off is just astronomical. Instead of killing the boss in 2 to 3 stomps, I have now burned almost an entire bar of FP trying to kill this boss, and I'm actually going to end up having to drink in order to restore FP to continue using Hoarfrost Stomp because of how severe the damage fall off is in the latest patch. Again, the same can be said about the Sword of Night and Flame and the fact that you can't buff any other skills with Royal Knight's Resolve anymore except for the weapon that you're wielding with it. To further add to the problem, they have also increased the cast time of Hoarfrost Stomp, as you can see here, which is around 20% slower than it was before the patch. Now, I want to be clear, I don't think the developers are out to sabotage the speedrun or anything like that. Ultimately, I think a lot of these issues were stemming from PvP and the fact that Hoarfrost Stomp with Resolve was just absolutely broken. That being said, I do think it is important for the community to remain aware of these things, as it has been documented in the past where developers more or less use speedrunners as a way to identify problems with their game and then ultimately fix them at the expense of the speedrun community. I've actually had personal experience with that with Turtle Rock Studios and Back 4 Blood, so I can speak to them. I don't think that's what's happening here, but just for the sake of being cautious, I just wanted to put that out there. That is going to do it for this video though, so thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to see my speedruns, definitely head on over to twitch.tv/hazeblade and follow me over there and turn on your notifications for when I go live. Also, if you enjoyed any part of this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell over here to turn on notifications. Everybody, I hope you all take care of yourselves, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.